The question I would ask the law students, what does it take to be a lawyer? Obviously, they would say a law degree, passing the bar council exam to be considered as an advocate. Yes, that is true, but it is only a surface answer. If I ask them, what are the tools, the raw materials, essentials to be considered as a decent lawyer, the answer has to be contemplated. This opens up a variety of ideas. So, what are the essentials of a good lawyer? There are three basic essentials that every lawyer must possess in order to enter the profession, in order to thrive in the profession. What are those? We will find out. The first essential to be a lawyer is legal learning. Legal learning in the sense acquiring as much knowledge and information about the law and the case laws. There is no limit to this. Learning may be in form of reading books, watching videos, or observing in the court of law. It must become part of your life. It must become an everyday habit. Every day you have to learn something new about the law, acquiring as much knowledge as possible. This is a must. Of course, you cannot know everything. However, when a question arises, at least you must know where to find the answers. Whether it is in a textbook, whether it is in a journal, or in a website, or in a particular judgment. That is why a lawyer must have a basic understanding of all the laws, so that when a question arises, he knows exactly where to look for. That is why George III, King George III once said, if I ask a legal question to a layman, that is a common man, if I ask a legal question to a layman, he does not know the law and he does not know where to find the answer. But if I ask the same question to a lawyer, he also does not know the law, but he knows where to look for the answers. So the point here is, that is why in the syllabus, major laws are introduced to the student, so that basic understanding the student will have about all the laws. Okay, Limitation Act is about this. Procedural matters, CPC, CRPC. Or penal laws, IPC, NDPS Act. So if a person has a basic understanding of the laws, whenever a question arises, he knows where to find it. So legal learning is essential. Some people say it takes courage to enter the profession. Okay. Courage in what sense? Here, courage does not mean you have to enter into a fist fight with the opposite party or the opposite advocate. It does not mean that you have to be able to fight against injustice and all these filmy type dialogues. Courage in the sense, the willingness to tackle every question, to investigate it, to find out what are the positives and the negatives. That is the courage that is required. When a client approaches the advocate, first of all, the advocate must find out what are the intentions of the client. Because many of the clients are not at all willing to institute a legal proceeding. Simply for advice, they will waste the time of an advocate. So, what are the intentions of the client? What is the problem? What is the remedy provided under the law? Is it a legal problem or not? And what approach has to be taken? All those things need to be analyzed. That is the courage that is required under the profession. Now the question arises, from where to get this courage? What is the source of this courage? Learning begets courage and confidence. That is, if a person knows what is the solution to the problem, obviously he will be confident. Obviously he will be courageous. Knowledge is power. For instance, if a person knows that a snake is non-venomous, if it appears, he will not at all be frightened. So similarly, when a question arises, when a problem arises, if a person knows the law and the relevant case laws regarding that problem, he will be confident and courageous. Knowledge is power, which is very evident in the legal profession. So that is why legal learning, as much as possible, every day a person has to acquire information about the law and the case laws. The second essential to be a lawyer is his morality. Morality in the sense, moral principles, honesty, loyalty, frankness, etc. Honesty to whom? Maybe not to his clients, maybe not to his senior, but honest to the work, honest to the profession, and honest to himself. A lawyer must understand what is morally wrong can never be professionally right. His conscience should be the guiding force. He should be guided by his conscience and put in the work. Whatever work has been allotted to him, he must perform to the best of his abilities. So that is why be honest to your profession and to yourself and the work. Now, I know what all of you are thinking. There are many instances where the lawyers are part of the underworld. Lawyers themselves teach the criminals how to commit murders and escape liability. Or lawyers themselves will be involved in illegal activities. Yes, that is true. Whenever I say something positive, whenever I say something idealistic, people will always bring up, oh, but we know that many of them do this, many of them are corrupt, the judges are this, lawyers are this. But you have to ask yourself this question. It is true that some of them are corrupt and some of them do illegal activities, yes. But should we promote those things? In other words, the main purpose of professional ethics as a subject is to instill the moral principles in the law students. Is it wrong? Is it wrong to hope that out of 10, at least one person will do something good? That is the hope. Why is it in the textbook itself they will not mention, oh, this is the reality. The reality is many of them are corrupt, many of them do illegal activities. No, we should always promote good, hoping that at least one person will try to do something good. Please remember, why morality is important for a lawyer is because a lawyer has a major role in a landmark judgment. One landmark judgment can change the lives of people for the now and for future generations. So that is why they hope that morality is an essential for lawyer. The third essential for a lawyer is industry. Industry here is not the production unit. Industry means hard work. They say hard work is fortune's right hand. So, industry must be the motto in your professional life. Live like a hermit, work like a horse. Live like a hermit, work like a horse. Why this is important? Let me tell you. Let us say there are two individuals, A and B. A has all the talent, very smart, intelligent person. He is able to grasp everything very in a short span of time. But he does not work hard. He does not put in the work. He is not disciplined. B. B is not so smart, unfortunately, not so talented, but B works hard every day, is disciplined, he puts in the work. Guess who succeeds? Guess who is going to last in the long run? It is B, because a person may have all the talent in the world, but if it is not channeled properly, if it is not disciplined, it will go to waste. So that is why hard work is essential, must for a lawyer. You don't get good at something by not doing it. Every day must be used as an opportunity to sharpen your tools. You have to work hard. If you know anyone who wants to enter the legal profession, whether it is law practice or teaching, if they are hesitant to study, if they are not interested in studying or learning, kindly advise them not to join the profession, because in this profession, industry or hard work is the key to success. Some may think, okay, I have scored well in the examination, so now I am ready to face any challenge. That is not at all the reality. Yes, you have scored well in the examination, but doesn't mean the journey is over. It is just a first step. Still, there is so many things to learn. A lawyer's industry must be infinite. Like I said, you may have all the talents in the world, but hard work is the basis on which other talents can shine. And some people have this misconception. They always say, "Oh, my son or daughter, she will become a great advocate." You know why? Because she argues for everything. She argues with the auto rickshaw driver. She argues in the hotel. She argues inside the house. What your daughter will become is not a great advocate. She may be a great pain in the back. See, simply blabbering, simply arguing for unnecessary thing does not make a great advocate. When you speak something, there must be clarity, understanding, then whatever you say has some value. How can this be acquired? Clarity, understanding, depth. All these things can be acquired only through hard work. So just because some person's son or daughter argues doesn't mean they will be great advocates. Only through hard work, dedication, and through discipline, knowledge can be acquired, and then success is possible in the legal profession. So these are the three essentials for every lawyer, without which opt for some other profession would be my advice as well as advice of many others. Of course, All of these things apply to those who are willing to be good advocates. Just the time pass, date advocates, like I said, they can continue with their own things, but the thing is, they'll always have to depend on the seniors. They'll always be scolded by the parties and the clients. So they have to endure all this. So instead of that, inculcate the practice of studying every day, learning something every day, so that you can be independent and you don't have to depend on the senior for every single thing. Okay, so in the next video, I'll be discussing 7 lamps of advocacy. Why are they called the lamps of advocacy, and many other things. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Take care.